Hello everybody, I hope you're all very well. If you're new to my channel, I'm Betty and I make a Feel Good Friday vlog which I post every week, and I talk about all the things I absolutely love, which are cats, plants, snacks and old knickknacks. I do it with my daughter Begonia Coconut. If you're old here, if you're regular in the Bamboo Lounge, you'll notice that the setup is slightly different because, as you know, I love to go out to the flea markets, the car boots, the thrift stores, charity shops, and especially creeping around the internet at night, buying fantastic, beautiful, strange, exotic treasures. Anything from fashion to jewellery, household decor, knickknacks, art, anything that I like. Eclectic collection. I love it. I don't buy things because I think they're valuable. I don't care. It could be absolutely worthless or it could be worth a fortune. I just buy things that I think are delicious and usually on the cheap. So if it's 50p, a pound, £5, or sometimes I might stretch to £20 if it's seriously amazing, it comes back to the ranch. It comes back to the Bamboo Lounge, and here it stays for eternity with I and mine. So enough of the rambling, let's crack on with the show. I'm going to show you a collection of some of my favourite cuffs and clamper bracelets that I've collected over the last few years. Everything really I've got in the last 6 years. And just this week I found something online on Vinted that completely blew my hair back. It was very out of focus in the photographs. You could barely make out what it was, but I just had a feeling. I had a little bit of a tingle when I saw it. It was probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, so I thought, I don't know if it's my eyesight or if it's actually the picture. But yeah, grainy, out of focus, terrible photograph, no description. I just bought it. Boop. And it turned up, and I thought, oh no, this is packaged terribly. It was just basically in a plastic bag, and it was obviously, you know, a delicate cuff. So I opened the plastic bag with a sinking feeling in my stomach, and inside it was packed in this. So I didn't feel too bad. It's a Gucci soft bag. The cuff is not by Gucci. It's by Kenneth Lane. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? And somehow, by the miracle of vintage jewellery gods, it's perfect. No damage whatsoever. Nothing happened in transit. I can't understand how. I don't know how it's not crushed. But isn't this amazing? It's a gold tone vintage Kenneth J. Lane coral cuff with red, a sort of, I think that's probably a paint enamel. But I just wore it the second that I got it, and I swanned around the house like I was some mermaid queen. Oh, is that not just divine? Yes, it is. I'll answer for you. So we'll get back to that at the end of the vlog, but inspired by that triumph, by that beautiful cuff, I went through my collection and I ferreted about, realising that I'd squirreled cuffs and clampers away in every nook and cranny in this house. I mean, I surprised myself, to be honest, and I know what I'm like. But I've gone through and I've picked out some of my favourites and I've put them in the treasure chest, and I'm just going to bring them out one by one and show you the glory of my vintage cuff and clamper collection. Get comfortable. They're not in any particular order, but let's just dive in. Numero uno. Look at my happy bear. Isn't that joyous? Got it at the flea market on one of the coldest days I've ever experienced in my life, and I've experienced some very, very, very cold days. I think I paid £2 for it, and I bought him with him. also £2. And I mean, it was one of the most exciting finds I've ever found. Even though the value is probably £50, still, look, it sent me down a road of relentless clamper buying. So that's a clamper, I'm sure you know, but if they open and snap like that, like a clamshell, they're called clampers, and they just slide over the cuff. So I got him, and I couldn't leave him on his own, so I, along the way, collected 2 more. Aren't they absolutely exquisite? Look at their blue sapphire eyes. Their costume, and I think these are probably worth about 25 each, and the bigger one 50. I mean, that's irrelevant to me, but I'm just giving you some rough ideas of the value after I've had a look on Etsy and eBay and other sites just to see what they're going for, really. But they're not for sale, they're for me. That's how you're supposed to wear them. More is more. And then you can drag your knuckles along the road as you go. Okay, and oops-a-daisy, beg your pardon. I've got 2 more. These are smaller, and these are costume. They're probably from Topshop or somewhere like that, but I really like the white one. I like to wear these 2 together, sort of like yin and yang, the twins. Join your friends, join the pride. Next, just randomly, this is a costume, but it's quite a heavy, quite nice quality one, probably Topshop, or sort of from the Freedom range. It's got that Indian look. Now this one is sort of similar in style, and I actually found this in a big jewelry job lot that I bought, and I thought it was something like that, which was a mass-produced fashion cuff. But on the 3rd time round, after a 3rd dip into the bag, just randomly having a bit of a ferret about, I thought, that looks a little bit like some of the Thai silver bags and sort of canisters I have bought recently. And it was quite filthy. There was lots of stuff like a sort of a white cake caked on it, probably makeup or just something, nothing sinister. So I had to wash it, and some of the black came off, so I'm not sure if that is a sign that it's just purely fashion costume and it's been pressed out of a factory and then just painted on, or if it was something a little bit more high quality. But it does feel like, and look inside, it does feel like it's the sort of a Thai silver, which is not 925, and this is Repoussé. I don't know, but it's sort of pricked my sort of imagination. I just wondered. If you know, please let me know. Okay, next, another one, which is a sort of an Indian mega cuff. I call that a statement, would you not? It's got lots of applied copper twists and textures. Sort of high-end fashion cuff, I think. Very nice. This one is a vintage one, actually. This one matches perfectly an Avon necklace, which is from the 80s, and it's a black enamel sort of geometric V necklace, and together they really transform each other. They sort of make each other look better. They bring each other up. But yeah, that's a lovely 80s statement. Next, oh, I don't know about this one. This one is enamel, but it's got a big chip somewhere on it. It's quite nice. You see a lot of this style of inlay enamel. It's a beautiful cobalt blue. It's damaged. I just thought I'd show you it because it's a lovely colour. One of my favourite styles, 1960s modernist stainless steel squircle. A square with the corners rounded is called a squircle, and if I see that on an item, on a piece of decor or jewellery, I scoop it up purely because I love it. They really don't have any sort of significant value at the moment, but I don't understand why. I'm waiting for their day, and when their day comes, I'm ready. But that is so stylish, and it's not really replicated. You know how lots of the sort of Topshops and Zara and New Look, Claire's Accessories, they'll sort of duplicate classic design. They haven't caught on to this yet, and I'm relieved. Just leave it alone. Don't touch it. Have a day off, Zara. Next. Oh, this one I bought quite recently at the flea market. I paid 50p for it because I felt like the lady on the stall just needed some activity on her stand. She was not having a very good day. I don't know if I helped. I tried. 50p. That's a big old rock, actually. I wonder what kind of stone that is. Is that chipped? It's not chipped, but it's got some sort of natural flaws in it. Lovely colour, isn't it? Okay. Next. Okay. I went through a little phase of buying sort of Y2K style, mass-produced, big chonkers. And I'll show you why. Obviously, this is just, mass-produced, probably from AliExpress, but this is also relatively mass-produced, but I loved it the second I saw it, and I love it till the day I die. Massive, multicoloured, 4-gem peacock clamper. And I bought this when I decided to run away to New York in 2010. And I'd run away before, several times, but this one was like a proper run away. And I did. I really ran away. It was amazing. And I just ran away to New York for a year. I did it over a year as far as the visa allowances let me. And I just sort of ran feral in New York. That's another vlog. But what I like to do with things like this, you can, honestly, these, you can buy them now. Backtracking, rambling. I paid about £30 for this. And I think the woman in the shop, I think it was in Chinatown, it was one of those big open-fronted ones that just sort of start to go up into the centre of Manhattan. I think her opening price was like £150, dollars. I said, oh, no thanks. Anyway, we came down to 30. It's probably worth about 6. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't care. But what I like to do sometimes is put a little votive tea light holder inside bracelets like this, and then put a little tea light inside and have it as a sort of embellished little candle holder. And that's all. What next? Okay, well, that's just that. Sorry, is something rattling? Wait 1 second, back in a second. I think that's better. A little bit. Try not to wobble. Sorry about that. Okay, next we've got... I completely forgot I have this because it's actually a vintage, I think it's 1980s, possibly 70s, Swarovski gold-plated crystal baguette clamper. But it's got like a little catch, and there you go. So it opens like that. There's the swan, and that is just exquisite. It's so stylish and sleek and simple, for me. Some people might think it's not simple. I do. But isn't that absolutely gorgeous? No idea how much that's worth, but that's gold plated, and those are Swarovski baguettes, and there's the stamp. Swan. Put you there. And next, let's have a bit of a dig. Oh yeah, I bought this in a charity shop because I thought that I might have a little cabochon to replace the missing one in there, and it's got its safety chain and all, so that'll probably stay like that forever. Well, for as long as I have it. Next, gorgeous collection of costume Afghan cuffs. This feels slightly similar to this metal, but I think they are purely costume. I don't think they're valuable, but they look amazing. So I've got that one, there's more, this one, and I think this one may be slightly better quality. This has got a sort of a brass inlay, and I'm not quite sure if that's carnelian or not, but there's a matching one to that, so they normally come in pairs. I think there's another one, we'll find out in a second. Is he in there? Oh, I thought there was another one. Maybe not. Okay, well, anyway, but there we are. Absolutely love that look. I'd pile them all on, wear them all together, wander around the house, feeling $1 million. Beautiful. Next, costume again, but look at the face. Well, hello, how are you? Looks familiar. I don't know why she's not all in it. Should normally be in the box, to be honest. But it's quite early. I'm filming this earlier than normal, and I think what this might be is a little bit of a protest. Because this is her deep state sleep time. But I'm having to film a little bit earlier than normal because the light's fading. It's starting to get dark quite early, and well, not happy, I think. I'm happy. At least we're in the same room at this time of day. Normally she's in some sort of coma upstairs. Love it. Absolutely love him. Hasn't got a name. If you can think of a name, please leave it in the comments. I'll make sure he's heard. I'll make sure he hears. There we go. Put you in the gang. Next. Oh, I've shown you this at least twice, I think. It's a cobra, double-headed cobra clamper. Mass-produced. Love it. Fabulous. Join the party. This one? Oh yeah, this one I saw in a charity shop and left it, and then couldn't stop thinking about it. I had to go back for it. It was still there, thank God. And it's just beautiful. Sort of like a spear arrowhead shape with copper base. Possibly, don't know, but that might be a silver inlay. It's ever so slightly crude, but it could be sort of like a high-end tourist piece, if you know what I mean. Sort of Egyptian? Yeah, Egyptian, I think. Sit there. I'm just going to put my hand in, not look. Oh, fabulous. You see, yeah, this is part of the phase I went through of buying big, vulgar, multicoloured crystal clampers of creatures. That's a dragonfly, isn't it? It's a lovely little face. His little tongue. Gorgeous. It's got a few teeth missing. There's one there. And but I don't care. There you go. You sit with your little peacock friend and your butterfly. Isn't that amazing? You see, imagine if you had it that way and you had just a small glass dish with a little candle in there. Imagine how that would glisten and glow. And then just another random snake, of course it is. Oh, right, fabulous. Yeah, do you know, this one doesn't look all that just as it is. I mean, it looks quite nice. It's a lovely statement piece, but this is one of those pieces that when you put them on, they transform into something really, really fabulous. I'll show you. Wait there. See what I mean? Isn't that great? That looks so high end. It really, really does. It's not, I don't think. It's got a few teeth missing, but easy to repair. And yeah, I really love it. I haven't got anything like it. Hi. So yeah, okay, next. Surprise! Hello! A little lizard. Do you think that's a chameleon or some sort of tiny little gecko? Yeah, had him a while. I didn't realise, but he's listed on either Etsy or Poshmark for £70. He's got a missing eye, but what I might do is replace his other eye, which is there, with green rhinestones, because I think that would be glorious, gorgeous, dazzling. But look at him, sat there. I'll put him on. You just have a rest, mate. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right, okay, so more dig. This one, absolutely, really not my style at all, but I just thought it was really stylish and sophisticated. Quite sort of modernist. Has a mid-century modern look. Lovely sort of hammered chrome finish. I don't know who made it really. I think it might have come from a sort of independent online jeweler, but this would look really nice on either a man or a woman, and would just be chic. Sweet. Anything else? Oh yes, hello. Of course. Snakes. What's that? Just a thing. Is there anything else? Yes. Oh, a vintage dolphin clamper. This matched the Anne Klein belt I had, which was a row of swimming dolphins with diamante eyes. I had that listed on eBay for a long time for very little, I think about £15–16. Didn't get any views, absolutely nothing. It was up for about 3 years, I kid you not. I accidentally discovered that it was by Anne Klein, immediately took it down, relisted it for £36, sold in 2 hours. You see, I do it. I do it. Somebody could have had a bargain. The way I get bargains. You just got to be on the lookout, and you just got to just ferret through hours and hours and miles of junk. Okay, one of those. Anything else exciting? No, but this, my friends, is probably one of my favourite things that I've ever found and bought, and even just the box that it's in blows my hair back. I'm not sure if it's the original box, because this is a Victorian. This is an antique packaging box, and this is how they used to send jewellery. Imagine, not in a carrier bag. And this was originally by Royston and Tyndall, 60 Rodney Street, Liverpool. Rodney Street is the sort of equivalent of Mayfair in London. Rodney Street is in the Georgian Quarter, and there was a series a documentary series made about it on Channel 4, I think, not so long ago. And it was absolutely fascinating. If you can find it online, I would recommend watching it. It was the whole history of the house from its creation to now, and all the sort of the people who had lived there, they traced them back, and the styles and the sort of historical and cultural events that happened. It was amazing. Anyway, it's absolutely des res now, multi-million-pound houses and gorgeous high-level townhouse Georgian terrace in the centre of Liverpool. So that's where that went or came from. And at some point it went to F.R. Jones, 49 Grove Street, Liverpool. Neither of those are my house. May I just point out. I do not live in a Georgian mansion. Yet. So, never will. So what I'm going to do is keep that for later. And I've got some of my top picks next. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'll clear this away. I'll bring out my top picks and then I'll show you how I display them, which I think you will like. So hang around. If you haven't already subscribed, oh please do. Go on. It's completely free. Just press the subscribe somewhere and then you can join me every week. We're a lovely crowd. And also, if you would give me a thumbs up, that'd be amazing. Thank you very much. Back in a second. Hi. Hi. Have you come to see what's going on? Yeah. Hello. What do you think? Do you like? Yeah. 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 Is it lovely? Good girl. I dream of Begonia kind of bedecked out in jewels and cuffs and crowns and bangles all the way up. And maybe a ring around her tail. She, of course, would love that. Not. Oh, good girl. So, thank you, Begonia, for demonstrating this very glamorously and fabulously, my glamorous wee assistant. This is how I display my bangles in my bedroom. I've got long-necked animals all over this house. And every single one of them has got bangles up it. If there's a leg or a neck or a tail, I'll stick a cuff on it. Yes, love. Yeah. Oh. You know. Is it maybe lunchtime? Is it? Maybe. What do you think of that, love? Do you like the gecko? Yeah. I think it might be lunch break. Back in 5 minutes. Oh. Okay, we're back. She's had a full bowl full, so I feel very happy about that. Begonia Coconut is a sociable eater, so I have to sit with her while she finishes her dinner, which I don't mind at all. In fact, I love it. Hello. So, that is how I display all my fabulous cuffs and clampers. To be honest, anywhere in the house, there'll be something in a bowl, in a pocket, in a drawer, boxes, baskets, crates, vases, absolutely anywhere. I can't show you her properly because I've got something there that I want to show you later. Okay, so let's get on with the rest of the show because these are my favourite cuffs and clampers from my entire collection. This is the top pick, absolutely top shelf. Joys. Here they come. No order, just as they are sat here next to me. Thierry Mugler, lucite, 3-part bangle cuff, and this is in violet. and aquamarine and rose, and it has a metal. Oh, please focus. I can't stop the camera because Microsoft has introduced a new editing program. Can't work it. So it's all got to be done in as few shots as possible. Trust me, that's signed. It says Thierry Mugler. There you go. Fabulous. Yes. Next is, oh yes, do you remember this? Absolute score. Vintage 1960s brutalist Mexican Luciano cuff in mixed brass and copper, and a big cabochon there, which I think might be, oh God, no, what's it called? Why did I even start this conversation? Obsidian. Oh, don't even. You just look too fabulous in that. I can't cope. Next, yeah, I've got this so recently, a couple of weeks ago at the flea market for 50p. I think this might be a sort of vintage inspired. It's very Cleopatra lady servant, isn't it? You can imagine one of Cleopatra's handmaidens wearing one of these. It's a thick, solid brass with glass emerald coloured cabochons, and yeah, I love it. It's quite Byzantine. Obviously found from in a pyramid. Wasn't. Work it, Begonia, work it. Croc. Possibly a deco. Very early plastic. Oh, Begonia. Do it. Oh, you did it. You did it. Good girl. I love you so much. You're the best. Yeah. And next. It's slightly different, but acrylic. So I got this out to show you it next to the Thierry Mugler Lucite. Mass produced, but vintage. Maybe not as mass produced as I mean. But this is a very big sort of corsage statement. I think this might be 90s. Put it there. Looks good, doesn't it? To be fair, any old shite looks good next to Begonia Coconut. This one is a mid-century vintage, huge stainless steel cuff. It's actually very, very big. It's sort of too big for me to wear, unfortunately, but I love those concentric, they're not squircles, circles, ovals, oblongs. Nobody uses the word oblong anymore, do they? Yes, they do. Yeah. I got the bite. Next, also mid-century modern stainless steel. This one is by one of my favorite companies. I can't find out anything about them. They are the most mysterious yet alluring vintage jewelry makers in the whole game. It's by Moda. You know Moda of Malta? No, they're always signed. There we are. I'm just turning it around for you. They're always stamped inside Moda of Malta. We're all good. Absolutely fine. No harm done. There we go. So that's a fabulous cuff. I think I've found that in a charity shop. Do you know, we could be up to the penultimate, the one before the ultimate. I think we are. Now, this next one, I love these kind of finds. I saw this bracelet in a charity shop and I overlooked it. Well, I looked over it, at it and over it for weeks. Honestly, and normally they sort of circulate the stock in charity shops, if it's been there for a few weeks, they sort of move it around into another one. But it was just in the bottom of a cabinet. Honestly, 100 women like me must have looked at it and ignored it. And then one day, you know, when you just think, hang on a minute. Can I have that bracelet, please? And as soon as I picked it up, and it weighed an absolute ton, I think it was $2.99, honestly. It might have even been $1.99. There was no reason to buy it in the first place, even if it was just, you know, something from the high street. But it is not. It is by Emmanuel Mbongo. Am I saying that right? I keep saying Mbongo, which I think is like a child's fruit drink or something. It's like a cartoon, I think. No, it's Emmanuel Ungaro. That's it. That'll learn me for being silly in the house. Yeah, Emmanuel Ungaro. And he was a French fashion designer, heyday 1965 in Paris, just living the life. And it's gold-plated, plaited cuff. This is probably from the 80s, and there's a few for sale. It says Ungaro perfume inside, it's stamped. There's a few for sale for around about £70. I don't care, it's not for sale, it's for me. So, you sit there, you beautiful thing. Let's just shuffle you all along a bit so you've all got your moment. Well, your big moment is coming up, to be honest. This is just kind of a warm-up. Put that there. There we go. That's better. So, yeah, my favourite of all time. Look at the box. It's even got metal supports on the sides. There's no cuff getting crushed in that. So let me just open it for you. I've got to do this in one. I'm sorry, because I can't edit in the new Microsoft system. Ugh. There we are. Right, okay. So inside. Did you hear that? That big burp. Oh my God. She's not my daughter. That's shameful. So, are you ready? Are you steady? This is my favourite cuff from my entire collection. Ta-da! Yes, sirree. I love you so much. Look how gold that is. It's copper. It's vintage 1960s Moda. Again, made in Malta. Moda is M-O-D-A. Who are they? They just produced the most amazing mid-century stuff. This is Brutalist. So mid-century style, but with a Brutalist sort of etched little wee Aztec Mayan inspired man on the front. And, oh God, it's only worth about £40. £45 probably. I think I might have paid about 15 or 16, maybe 20 for it online on eBay years ago when I first moved to Liverpool. There we go. Can you see? Oh, it won't focus, but there it's stamped inside. Maybe you can see that. And it's just absolutely beautiful. Look at that copper colour in that little man. It's my favourite thing. Oh, gold. Anyway. There, is that better? Gorgeous. So what I'm going to do now is show you how I display my favourite pieces. I mean, it's a pack of lies. I don't display them like this. I've just done it for the vlog. How I keep them is stuffed in nooks and crannies. And I'm ashamed of myself, but what I'm going to do now is put them in a display that they deserve. So back in a moment. You're welcome. Oh, how gorgeous is that? That's how I should have been displaying them all this time. Do you remember I bought, hello, do you remember I bought these over the space of about one winter? I found a little sort of odd piece here and there, the little vintage brassy glass cabinets. And I never really knew what to do with them, but I just remember having one as a child, putting stuff in and taking them out again. It never gets old. Oops, I beg your pardon. It never gets old, honestly. Oh, it's like some magical world inside there. I'd like to live in those little chests. Well, I do. Oh, come and join me. Come on. Come on, move in. You could pick a floor. Ground floor, first floor, penthouse. Oh no, that's the oh no, that's the roof terrace. Oh, ground floor, first floor, penthouse, roof terrace. Absolutely fantastic. So there we go, my friends. There's all my lovely cuffs and clampers. Take it all in. Have a good look. Breathe the rich air of a lot of old flea market treasure. Honestly, all of this is just, bought for a couple of quid here and there. And it's like being the richest person alive when it's all there in front of you, being gorgeous. So that's it. Now, I've got a tiny little announcement to make. I'm going to try and add another day to my channel. So the Feel Good Friday vlog is always going to be where I show you all my treasures that I've found. And it's just looking at lovely things and being together and having a chat about the things that we like and what have you. And that's never going to change. But I'm thinking also of adding a sort of a Sunday stories day to my channel where I narrate, I read out my own short stories and sort of fiction and fantasy, that type of thing. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to try. Lord knows I am constantly beaten by the technology. If you're watching this, I deserve an award or a Valium. I've probably had a Valium, to be fair, if you're watching this. Because I'll never catch up with the developments in technology, honestly. So I'm going to try and edit this together for you and have it out at the normal time. I post it every Friday at 9 o'clock English time in England. And you can watch it whenever you like, ad infinitum. But yeah, so what I'm going to try and do is record a little short story every week and post that on a Sunday. So it'll be a sort of a cozy little story time. And I'll see how that goes. Please let me know if you're interested in that. But if you haven't already, please subscribe. Honestly, it means the absolute world. It would be amazing. It's completely free. And it means so much to me. It just takes a second for you. You don't have to sign up to anything. You just press subscribe and that's it. And give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Anything you like. Just get in touch. Fabulous. So take care. Have a lovely week. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.